What's good, Eagle? It's welcome to another chapter review for BlueLock Forever. I'm your host, and we are about to get straight into this.
Let's get ready to rumble!
We were waiting for this next chapter, and we finally have it. It's going to be chapter 352. Resuming from where we left off, as we know, we just already saw how Rin and Asagi pretty much are teaming up, and they're figuring out how to get a chemical reaction as Asagi learned more from Ego, pretty much giving us the how-to in a way, pretty much, or just giving us more in-depth information on what the Ego is. And through that, now we are seeing that Asagi is getting the understanding, which is going to help him and Rin to be able to formulate those chemical reactions and be able to play better and do what we know they can do, right? And what they need to do. They need to do at this point because they lost one. If they lose again, then it's over, right?
Forever.
So I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen. So let's get straight into this chapter. Resuming from there, we see automatically Boss Man for the whole BlueLock project, you know what I'm saying, who's been giving us all the money, you know what I'm saying. He was popping at the Ego from the jump, like he's saying, you guys lost, this is unacceptable, we put so much money into this, the whole premise of BlueLock is that you guys don't lose, you guys are the best, like what's going on? But Ego saying, you know, you got to calm down. He said this is all part of the plan, this is all part of the calculations. But I like how we see kind of Ego's his formulation of his thought processing as well. He says, my whole goal and what I promised was to make the best striker, not to make you guys money. But it's kind of how we understand, though, how this is work. This is just like the real life, how business works. They don't care about that. They want to make the money. But, you know, as long as they keep winning, then the money's going to be revenued in, and then, you know, sponsors and so on and so forth. So they can cohabitate as long as BlueLock does not lose again, right? But we knew he was waiting for this moment. Because, you know, Ego's been popping his stuff from the jump, so bro's been waiting for this opportunity to be able to go off on him, and he had that chance. And you know, Ego took it calmly, you know what I'm saying. He was like, all right, you know what I'm saying. He was like, but everything's going according to plan. He's like, we're not going to lose this next one. The table is set, everything's going on, right? So everything's looking good. Everything seems to be looking good, right? And then we get a little peek back to Nagi and on their side of BlueLock B of what's going on with them. And we see it, there's it's a lot less people than the original BlueLock journey, all the way just already in stage 2 is barely more than like what 6, 7, 8 of them. So it's really showing you that this is an intensive BlueLock B side as well. They're looking for a specific niche. We haven't gotten too much information yet on what they're looking for, if he's trying to match BlueLock or is he doing something different with the teamwork and everything, which is what I think. So we'll get to see more about that as Nagi's story continues to develop, as we see him, you know, fight for his way to the top. And he said something really interesting to Ego as well. Boss Man said that pretty much. Oh, let me stop calling him that. What's his name? Hirotoshi. We call him Hirotoshi. Okay. But Hirotoshi told him pretty much, though, he told Ego that they're not going to be able to use the BlueLock B side until the knockout tournament, right? So that's pretty much means they're on their own for this next game. So they got to make it work. That's why I'm glad we see Asagi investing in Rin and doing what he needs to do, putting his ego to the, not really in a way, right? Because that's why I think this is what Asagi was talking about. In a way, he's putting his ego to the side because he's the Avenger, he's the rebel. He's not supposed to help people who are potentially better than him so he can best them. But it's like, that's why Rin called him a king, pretty much like a monarch. Like, you're doing what you need to be doing and you're taking the commands, and Asagi's ego's evolving, if you ask me. It's very interesting, that process. We can make a video on that alone, which is dope. I'm looking forward to it. But continuing from there, I think from there, then we go straight into back to BlueLock. And look, I called it. Y'all can go back and watch. I think it was my first or second video. I called it. What happened when they were training and they took a break? Everyone wants to talk, especially Karasuno. You already know. I told you after that game, and you saw the way he was talking to Ego. He has, and a lot of them actually are questioning Ego. A lot of them are saying they learned stuff from him, but they say he's a quack. He's crazy. Like, they're like, we got to figure out our own definition, which is what I said as well, which is good that they're getting to that understanding point. This is what's going to help them evolve, is their understanding. Because we have to get to the same understanding as a group of cohesion of what being the best looks like. For some of them, that's not being all of them aiming to be the world's best striker, sadly, right? So, but that in a way also creates some separation, because you know Asagi and Rin, that's their whole bread and butter. But Asagi's very adaptable. So I think if the rest of the team comes up with their own vision of what it is, Asagi can adapt to that, and you know, hopefully Rin, God willing, you know, figures out his own ego and gets out of just relying solely on Asagi, and then him and Asagi will be able to do their own thing and potentially match up with the rest of the group. I can already see it. It's going to be dope, right? You can see it too, I'm pretty sure. Let me know in the comments if you can see it already, but it's going to be dope. But they got to be able to make it that far to do it, so they got to win this next game. And speaking of winning the next game, look who just randomly spawned into their practice field. I don't even know how it got in unless Ego planned all this. Literally like, yeah, just let him in, which is something I can see Ego saying, yeah, just let him in. But what's his name? Teddy Knight. Let's talk about our boy Teddy Knight with no emotion in his eyes, right? This dude, Teddy Knight, straight savage. All right. So it's very interesting though, because he's one of their opponents for the next thing coming up, but he also says he's useless. Like he says he's a puppet. So I'm really, really intrigued because this means that power scaling wise, this man just dribbled past all of them. Nagi, not Nagi, I'm tripping. Bachara, all of them. Like Bachara's supposed to be the best dribble man. Like this guy just like it was nothing, just dribbled past all of them and came in there saying, could they lose the game? Could they drop the game and forfeit? And they're like, you crazy. He said, all right, well, he said, if y'all don't forfeit, I'm supposed to destroy y'all. And that's what he did. He kicked Bach in the face, right? He kicked one in the face, dribbled past all of them. I was disrespectful a sec. I'm guessing this is going on when Asagi was talking to Ren, but everyone else got did up. This is insane and sad. I'm not going to cap. Unacceptable. This is BlueLock standards. But this boy was fast, and he says something very interesting. He says, I don't have an ego, right? He says, I'm a puppet, a worthless puppet. So I'm really intrigued to see more about this Teddy Knight character that we just were introduced to, because obviously we weren't introduced to him for no random reason. We see this boy is overpowered. He's got some skills. But if he's a worthless puppet, I'm intrigued to see who's the heavy hitters, who's the head honchos, you know what I'm saying, of the England team, if that's the case, because that's what I'm saying. And then we just saw already how we just heard from Hirotoshi how they're not getting no help from the knockout from if Nagi makes it or whoever else makes it. They're not getting help from them. They're not getting help from Hirotoshi Say until they win this game and they make it out into the tournament, I believe. So they gotta win. So it's really going to be an investment to see what my boy Ren can do. It's on Ren. It's on Ren's shoulders. If Asagi delivers and sets up the opportunity, Ren's got to follow through. What do you guys think about this Teddy Knight character? Let me know in the comments. He intrigues me because we see he's got some skills, so I'm not going to believe him when he says he's worthless. But I guess, maybe that's in terms of the hierarchy of the England team, or what I also think, and then hear me out. We've been getting some of these right, so I don't know. I'm not going to say this is definitely what's going to happen, but hear me out. So what if Mr. Puppet, after playing against and evolve the new format of BlueLock, who already has a skill but has no ego, gets inspired and develops an ego in the middle of the match against BlueLock, and then Asagi and Ren have to then adapt again because now the boy who already we thought was kind of useless in the one, maybe they'll figure a strategy out, just goes bonkers and starts just doing his own thing. That's what I think will happen. But you know what I'm saying? We can just say, let me know if you guys think in the comments if you agree, if you disagree. Let me know. We'll track back and we'll address them as the story goes on. But I definitely think he was introduced for a reason. We see he's got some skills, and he made a very specific point of, I'm a puppet. I don't have an ego, because Bachara was like, look at that ego, let's go. Like Bachara was excited. That's why I like Bachara. He got that dog in him. But yeah, I'm intrigued about this boy. What you guys think? And do you guys really believe him that he's like the worthless of the England team, just dribbling past everybody with speed that they couldn't even react to the boy? Pretty much, this boy is nasty. If it is, then BlueLock's got his work cut out for it. But we know this is what we expect. Remember I was saying in one of the other reviews as well that there's a certain standard. The Kaisers out there. There's certain people still that they have to go against Bunny. There's certain people that BlueLock has to go against that's on another top tier level, so they're going to have to upgrade. And I'm really intrigued to see what the rest of BlueLock outside of Ren and Asagi do. What are they going to do in terms of what is their vision for the best team ever? The best team ever that's able to beat everyone else to get the World Cup. What is their envisioning of the ego, and how does it go about doing it? If it's not everyone trying to be the best striker, what is it trying to be? Everyone just trying to be the best at something? And what do you guys, but if they, and I think that's going to take some recalibrating, right? Because if they've all, whether they know it or not, been influenced by this theme of being the best striker. So how's their play going to adapt to that? Is it going to be better or worse? What do you guys think? What do you guys think is going to happen? I'm potentially thinking too, if they're not in cohesiveness, that they could mess up in the beginning of this England game, which could lead to a bad track start, and then they're gonna have to catch up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but these are just some ideas. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. But we had this a kind of a short chapter, but pretty good. We got a lot of information. We got to see the setup for the importance of this match, as no other help. There's no reinforcements besides whoever's on the roster already as is. No Nagi, no Atoshi say. Nobody's coming to help them until they win this game. And we got Teddy Knight over here talking about he's worthless and he's not even that big of an importance of the team, of the England team, and he just outdid pretty much everyone except for Asagi and Ren on BlueLock. So we in trouble. But I'm looking to see forward to the development of what's going to happen next and how they're going to adjust, how they're going to get this new definition of ego and how they're going to get to an agreement with each other. And then also, what if the cohesiveness of the group comes one and then Asagi and Ren come back and they're like, what are you guys talking about? This is BlueLock. We're strikers. Like, I don't want to hear no lukewarm stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to that. But I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this review. It wasn't too long, but we got to address the main points and just look forward to see what's going to happen next. I'm also, again, looking forward to seeing more about Nagi and his journey. We're seeing his development. And, he's they're saying he's getting a little more rugged, right? They like the rugged look on him. The boy's not really caring about, he's willing to do whatever it takes. He's a beast, right? So we're getting to see more of that beast side of Nagi, which, I feel like he always had, but now it's of his free will. So it's exciting. But yeah, let me know if any comments or any other things you wanted me to address, and I'll try to make sure I do so. Let me know any other mangas, any other animes you guys want me to start watching or reviewing as well. And yeah, I think that's about to wrap it up. God bless. Peace.